During a zombie apocalypse, two baseball buddies, Mickey and Ben, struggle to survive as they wander through the forests and towns of New England. While Ben quickly adapts to the harsh new reality, learning to fend off zombies and find food with makeshift tools, Mickey is more hesitant, seeking solace in music through his headphones. One day, they come across an abandoned car and manage to get it started after Ben dispatches a zombie. Mickey suggests they visit his ex-girlfriend's house for supplies. As Ben secures the area and collects useful items, Mickey immerses himself in memories of the past. The duo gathers blankets and pillows to rest in the car, but Mickey yearns for the comfort of staying in a house for a while. Ben, however, insists they keep moving to stay safe, recounting a harrowing experience they had when they were stuck in Mickey's house with his family for 3 months. As they continue their journey, Mickey discovers walkie-talkies and inserts batteries into them. Unexpectedly, they intercept a conversation between other survivors discussing life in a camp. Mickey, excited by the prospect of human company, tries to negotiate for a place in the camp, but a man on the radio rudely declines and cuts off contact. While Ben accepts the outcome and suggests they move on, Mickey becomes obsessed with contacting Annie, the woman he heard on the radio. Ben mocks Mickey's romanticism, believing he's holding on to a fantasy of a beautiful savior. Instead, Ben urges Mickey to face reality and adapt to their situation to survive. The story leaves us wondering if Mickey and Ben will ever find their way out of the relentless zombie apocalypse and if they'll ever reconnect with other survivors. The friends come across a deserted motel, and Mickey goes to investigate. He soon regrets this decision as he discovers zombies locked in one of the rooms. Ben steps up once more to protect them from the undead, and tries to convince Mickey to learn how to fight zombies, but Mickey doesn't see the necessity. Soon, Mickey faces a zombie one-on-one when Ben goes swimming, leaving Mickey asleep in the car. Unaware of the approaching zombie girl due to his slumber, Mickey is terrified when he wakes up to find her trying to get inside the car. Desperate for help, he calls out for Ben. As Mickey observes the zombie girl's futile attempts to enter the car, he realizes she used to be a beautiful girl. Having gone without intimacy for months, Mickey decides to indulge his desires by watching her. Their peculiar moment is cut short when Ben returns and shoots the zombie in the head. Tensions between Mickey and Ben continue to escalate as they journey onward and search through abandoned homes. Eventually, Mickey reaches his breaking point and insists they spend the night at a house. Ben reluctantly agrees but takes Mickey's music player as a condition of their agreement. Ben justifies taking Mickey's music player by pointing out that Mickey's use of batteries and loud music could put their lives at risk, as he might not hear approaching zombies. He emphasizes the importance of teamwork and mutual support for survival. Upset by Ben's words, Mickey retreats to a room and tries to contact Annie again. Annie eventually responds, warning Mickey that her conversations with him could lead to her exile from the camp. She informs him that the survivor camp is not what he imagines and urges him to abandon his plans to join. Mickey is even willing to leave Ben to be with the camp, but Annie dismisses him harshly once more. Meanwhile, Ben allows himself to relax, playing music loudly, drinking, and dancing with a gun. During the night, he hears suspicious noises outside and captures some zombies. Deciding to give Mickey an intense survival lesson, he leaves a bat beside the sleeping Mickey, releases a captured zombie into the room, and locks the door. Mickey wakes up terrified, begging Ben to let him out. However, Ben insists that Mickey must deal with the zombie using the bat. After some time, Mickey's fearful screams and the sound of impact subside. Ben cautiously opens the door to find Mickey panting, covered in zombie blood. Enraged, Mickey attacks Ben, but Ben is pleased that Mickey has finally learned to defend himself against the undead. Mickey shares his conversation with Annie and how she asked him to forget about the camp. Losing hope for a normal life, Mickey breaks down in tears. Ben comforts him, and together, they continue their journey, appreciating the beautiful scenery and finding enjoyment in their surroundings. The friends spend their time fishing, sharing life stories, playing baseball with apples, and eating fruit straight from trees. One day, they come across an empty car, abandoned in the middle of the road. Ben decides to siphon the gas, but Mickey notices the car's hood is still warm. Realizing they're not alone, they call out to the car's owner but receive no response. As Ben continues his task, a stranger suddenly takes Mickey hostage, holding a knife to his throat. The man demands the keys to their car, threatening to kill Mickey. Ben proposes they take the stranger with them, but he refuses, intent on going to Arizona alone. Trying a different tactic, Ben asks who the stranger is running from and why he's willing to harm an innocent person. The stranger explains that after working for a group all winter, they reneged on their promises, forcing him to flee. The man grows angry again, threatening to cut out Mickey's eye. To defuse the situation, Ben tells the stranger the keys are in the ignition. The man releases Mickey and gets behind the wheel, but the keys are actually in Ben's pocket. When the stranger realizes the deception, he tries to flee but is killed by Ben, leaving Mickey stunned. As they argue about the morality of Ben's actions, they notice newcomers arriving. A woman's voice from a car announces they come in peace, intending to retrieve the abandoned car and refuel it. While Mickey sees no issue with this, Ben remains cautious, aiming his loaded gun at the newcomer's car. A beautiful girl and a large man with a gun emerge from the car. The girl instructs the man to pick up a canister instead of the gun, and they approach Mickey and Ben. She inquires about the driver of the car, and Ben lies, saying the driver had been bitten by a zombie and needed to be killed. The stranger continues questioning, asking if the driver mentioned anything about himself or where the car came from. Ben realizes this is the group that was pursuing the man earlier and plays dumb, saying the driver didn't reveal anything. With their cover blown, Annie shoots Ben in the leg and threatens Mickey, warning them not to follow her to the camp. She takes their keys and throws them into a field, leaving the friends to search for them. As darkness falls, they are unable to find the keys, so Ben suggests spending the night in the car and resuming the search in the morning. They turn on the headlights, revealing a horde of starving zombies approaching. Due to his injury, Ben can't go far, and the friends become trapped in the car. By morning, the car is surrounded by the undead, who can't get inside but continue to moan and rock the vehicle. Mickey is paralyzed with fear, while Ben tries to find a way out. He shoots at the zombies, but there are too many to escape. Frustrated, Ben blames Mickey for their predicament, saying that if he had left Annie alone, they wouldn't be in this situation. Hours pass, and the friends realize their food and water supplies are dwindling. Now, they can only wonder who will give in first, them or the zombies. The next day, the friends cover all the windows with blankets, hoping the zombies will leave if they can't see them. However, the undead refuse to abandon their prey. To keep their spirits up, the friends decide to drink and have a good time despite the dire situation. In the morning, they realize they can't put off the inevitable any longer. They need to find the keys and escape this nightmare. Ben asks Mickey to go outside and do whatever it takes to survive, telling him to leave him behind if he can't find the keys. After smoking his last cigarette, he climbs out through the hatch to face the zombies. Ben endures an agonizing wait, almost losing hope when he finally hears a knock from above. Filled with joy, he opens the hatch and lets Mickey in. Ben asks Mickey if he found the keys but notices something is wrong. Mickey reveals his bloodied hand, bitten by a zombie. In that moment, hope dies within Ben. Tearful, Mickey asks his friend what to do, but Ben has already made the only possible decision. He shoots Mickey in the head and screams in pain, devastated by the loss. For the next few days, Ben tries to recover from the death of his only friend. Eventually, he communicates with Annie over the radio, telling her about a trick they used to escape Mickey's parents' house. They lured zombies to one side of the house, letting them in while they escaped from the other side. Ben plans to repeat this trick and, if he survives, he vows to find Annie and exact revenge. Turning on Mickey's player and removing the blankets from the car windows, Ben attracts the attention of the zombies. As they swarm the car, he climbs out through the trunk. At the end of the story, we see Ben limping down the road, alone and without provisions or weapons, with a horde of hungry zombies close behind. But now he has a purpose that drives him forward, avenging the death of his best friend.